Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopefully elect. The brother Isaiah with the Pittsburgh GMS camp, coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakah HaKodash. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. So like you edifying. Okay? Now I was watching the brothers here. It's the brother Ariala here, head of this camp here in Pittsburgh. It's the brother Debak here, the elder Debak, head of the GMS Plain Tables camp in Philly. All right, they're doing a live stream right now. And the brother brought out a scripture, okay? And through the spirit, I went and looked at the word, okay? The scripture he brought out was this one. Let me go to it. Salaki, I thought I had it pulled up already, but I'll pull it out now. Okay. Book of Revelation, chapter 12. All right, and then we're going to go to verse 9, okay? It says, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. All right, now, the word that I want to go into is angels. Now, we're going to go into that word, and we're also going to go into some understanding, Lord willing, through the Spirit, of what this all means. Okay, let's get this word angel right. Angelos, okay, angelos, all right? Now, this is in the Greek. Let's just play it.
Strong's G32. Angelos. Angelos.
Angelos, angelos. Salakia. Now, when we go down, it says what? A messenger, envoy, one who is sent, an angel, or a messenger from God. So these are very many different meanings that this word can have. A messenger, or an envoy, or one who is sent. All right. So I got some of these definitions for these words, right? So same thing's open over here. We'll scroll down a little bit, right? It says a messenger or an envoy, one who is sent. So let's go ahead and get the etymology for the word envoy. Okay, I haven't looked this part up yet. Envoy. A messenger. A messenger, a sending, a postscript, literally one who is sent. Okay, one who is sent. Okay, that's literally what it means. Somebody who you sent. Okay. All right. Envoy, way to convey, especially by a wheeled vehicle, to transport. Okay, so it's a two-part word. Okay, now let's go deeper into this, right? Because as you look at the top, it says probably derived from G71 and G34. So G71, okay, let's play it.
Strong's G71. Ago. Ago.
Ago, right? It says to lead or to take with one. Okay, to lead by laying hold of, to bring to the point of destination, an animal to lead by accompanying into a place, to lead, to bring, to lead away. Okay, and then you have this word. This is the secondary word, which is G34.
Strong's G34. Agele. Agele.
Okay, agele, right? Herd or oxen or cattle, a herd or company. Company, right? So the company that is with who is being referred to as a devil is what this is represents. Okay, when it says his angels were cast out with him, his company that came with him, it doesn't necessarily mean that there was angels, because people have this thought, this idea, okay, that the dragon, okay, and the old serpent called the devil and Satan represents the spiritual demon Satan. Now we understand that the spiritual demon Satan, exists or whatever, but you got to understand he works through people. All right. And there's a nation of people who are the representative of and called after the name of Satan. Okay. Let's get some of these words, right? It says the devil and Satan, right? Diabolos, prone to slander, slanderous, a calumniator or false accuser, a slanderer, metaphorically applied to a man who, by opposing the cause of the Most High, may be said to act the part of the devil or to side with him. So literally, when you read this word, it says diabolos. Neither one of these say the spiritual demon Satan. Let's just establish that first. Oh, the devil did it. Neither one of these say spiritual demon Satan. You see? Now when you get down here, it says Satan, right? Let's see what Satan means. There's Satan and then there's Satanas. Look here, Satan, adversary, one who withstands. Adversary in general, personal, or national. Then the second one is a superhuman adversary and Satan. Now we understand that, see, this is a spiritual battle, right? It's a spiritual battle. Get this. Ephesians 6 and 12 says, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness in this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. See, it says the rulers of the darkness in this world. You see? So what is this talking about? It's talking about how there are spirits and principalities that work with people, that work in people. Okay? Oh, matter of fact, I'll give you a perfect example to prove. Okay? Right? Get the hints, Satan. Matthew 4 and 10 says, then Yahweh saith unto him, get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy power, and only him shalt thou serve. Now, in this particular case, he was speaking to the spiritual demon Satan. But there's another one where he says, get thee behind me. Right here. Matthew 6 and 23. So there's one situation where he's actually speaking to the spiritual demon Satan, and we just saw the definition, right, of the word Satan. It says an adversary. Then there's Satanas, where they say an adversary. Both of these represent an adversary. Okay, one who opposes another in purpose or act. So now let's read Matthew 16 and 23. But he turned and said unto Peter, get thee behind me, Satan. So wait a minute. Was Peter a righteous man, or was Peter the spiritual demon Satan? Do you understand, or can you see how a man can be called Satan? A man can be called the devil. We just read, when we read the devil definition, it said literally, all right, a man, okay, metaphorically applied to a man who by opposing the cause of God may be said to act the part of the devil or to side with him. All right. So it could be said also that Peter was acting like the devil, you know. Now, not trying to put words, but if you look at that definition, Peter was being the devil. Let's get this right here, right? Let's get this one right here. Mark 8. Okay. This is again him rebuking Peter, right? Mark 8 and 33. And this is worded differently, but it's still showing you the understanding. But when he had turned about and looked on his disciples, he rebuked Peter, saying, get thee behind me, Satan, adversary, the one who is opposing me in my cause. For thou savorest not the things that be of God, but the things that be of men. See, so at this point in time, Peter was opposing the will that would befall Yahweh, because he's like, look, I'm going to be killed at some point. It says it in verse 31. I'm going to die at some point. And Peter was like, man, now while I'm here, ain't nobody going to touch you. Yahweh, I will mess the nigga up behind you. You don't know about me? Because I believe it was also Peter who chopped one of the niggas' ears off when they came to grab Yahweh. Peter was about it. Peter wasn't no punk. Peter was ready to get it in. But Yahweh had to reprove him and say, look, man, this is a part of the prophecy. I got to get grabbed up. I got to die. You can't stop that. Chill out, nigga. You chill out. Get these hints, Satan. You doing too much. You being an adversary. I understand you trying to help, but you ain't helping right now because this got to happen. You see? So when we go into this, Satan and the devil, you have to understand this ain't talking about the spiritual demon Satan, even though the spiritual demon Satan works through men who are opposing the will of the Heavenly Father. You can even go back to Cain. You know, he said, if thou doest well, then thou shalt if thou doest well. Genesis 4:7 says, if thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. Because it says shall be, but as you see, it's that's not supposed to be there. It's italicized. Usually when you see italicized words, they're not really supposed to be there. All right, that's just something I learned. Sometimes you can read them. Sometimes they cause confusion. It says, and if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. Right. So unto the person who doeth not well, okay, sin shall be unto him. The desire of the spiritual demon Satan shall rule over you. That's why the scriptures say that I'll just get this. Wisdom of Solomon 1:4 says, for into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in the body that is subject unto sin. So your wisdom cannot dwell within you if you are subject unto sin. So but that's what he was telling them, like, look, unto you shall be his desire, man. You're gonna do whatever sin wants you to do if you choose to do the wickedness. Okay, that's what that's going into. See? So you're going to be subject unto sin, and basically you're going to be controlled by Satan. And that's what you have. You have a group of people who are controlled by Satan, and that's in 2 Thessalonians. See, this is why Esau is mad, okay? And we ain't really worried about you niggas who don't believe. Whatever. It ain't about you. It's about the ones who do believe through the testimony that's being spoken, through the precepts that's being brought out. 2 Thessalonians 2, all right, in verse 8, it says, then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. Okay, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. Right, so there is a man, or a group of men, honestly, because we're going to have to go into this, right? It said, then shall that wicked be revealed, right? All right, so who's the wicked? And the Most High chooses to word things in a particular way that it may be confusing unto you. Don't try to overcomplicate it. It means what it means. Malachi 1:4 says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them, the people of the Edomites, Esau's offspring, which are here on the planet Earth, which are known as the so-called white men, okay? Generally speaking, because you have so-called white men that look like Israelites. Moving on, and they shall call them, or Shalakia, so-called white men who are actually Israelites. That's what I meant to say, because Israelites were scattered into all nations. So Shalakia about that. But I don't want to get too distracted. Let's continue. But I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh have indignation forever. So these people are forever going to be hated because they were chose to be the wicked, the people who will play out the will of the spiritual demon Satan on the planet Earth. Okay, and who do you have? You got Edomites in pictures of Jake that have been castrated, burned, hanged, maimed, ripped open, and they smiling. These are the people of wickedness. All right. Their track record shows. All right. All the shameful things are coming out. Okay. It says this shameful spewing shall be upon thy glory. Right. Tells you that. I believe what's that in the book of Habakkuk. All right. I'm gonna get that. Habakkuk 2:16 says, thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. Right. You see? See, right now they're eating of the fatness of the earth. You got to remember something. Satan, the spiritual demon Satan, tempted Yahweh Shai with the fatness of the earth if he would but worship him. He said, we're about to go into it. And you got these Edomites that do that, man. They worship these demons, man. Luke 4 and 7 is the one that's showing up. We're going to get that. Luke 4 and 5. And the devil, taking him up into an high mountain, showed unto him all the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time. And the devil said unto him, this is speaking about the spiritual demon Satan, right? All this power will I give thee, and the glory of them, for that is delivered unto me, and to whomsoever I will, I give it. If thou therefore wilt worship me, all shall be thine. Which shows you, by process of elimination, it shows you who is worshiping Satan, who's in charge of the world, who's in control of the majority of the world's resources and things of that nature. Who has the most power? So-called white people. Whether it be Putin, whether it be America. China's up there a little bit, but they ain't on the same level as militarily or power-wise as Russia and NATO and the EU. They ain't up there on that same level. Really, primarily, you could say Russia and America, man, which are both run by so-called what? Edomites, or not so-called white men, which are Edomites, man. So if the devil has the power, which is just showing you right here, to give the world into the hands of who he will, and the book of Job solidifies this when you go to Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So if the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and we know that this is true because Satan told Yahweh, I'll give you everything you see, because that's my authority. Matter of fact, even to show you furthermore that Satan has not rebelled, what does Satan say? Satan didn't say, I took the authority to be able to give the world to people. What does Satan say? Luke 4 and 6. And the devil said unto him, all this power will I give thee, and the glory of them, for that is delivered unto me, and to whomsoever I will I give it. He didn't take it of his own authority. He didn't fight the Lord for it and take some ground. No, it was delivered unto him to do with it what he will, because the Most High said, I'm going to give you this, and you can give it to whoever you want. And Satan said, well, look, they got to worship me. And it's a catch-22, because getting the riches of this world and worshiping Satan means that you're going to get the punishment of the Most High. Really, you could drop the mic right there on this whole thing of what I was trying to go into, of the angels never rebelled. Satan never rebelled and took no angels with him. Okay, that ain't what that's talking about. That's talking about Esau eating the so-called white man. Okay, when you go into Revelation 12 and 9, bringing us back full circle, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan. Okay, which this word heaven, even this word heaven, it really just means rulership. I don't know if it tells you this right here. Okay, yeah, it doesn't tell you rulership here that I see. Let me go into this. The heavens, ancients. So like, I'm just trying to see if they actually give you the spiritual understanding of the heavens, right? Because if not, we'll get a precept to show you what the heavens mean, right? Heavenly forces, dwelling place of God. Salak is kind of angels on the earth. Boom, 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 boom. So yeah, the reward of proved virtue. The reward of proved virtue. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Right. So it doesn't give you the understanding here. Okay, but let's get this. Thou Capernaum. Thou Capernaum. Luke 10 and 15. No, this is Matthew 11 and 23. It says, and thou Capernaum, which are exalted unto heaven. Did a whole city go unto heaven? What's Capernaum? Let's see. Capernaum is a city, but let's just go to it. Matthew 11. going to prove all things, okay? Because there are things in here that you can't just take at face value and just say, oh, yeah, this is what it means, okay? Where was it again? Matthew 11:23. It says, and thou Capernaum, that was Capernaum, right? Capernaum.
Strong's G 2584. Catharnaum. Catharnaum.
Catharnaum, village of comfort, a flourishing city of Galilee, situated on the western shore of the Sea of Galilee, or Lake of Gennesaret, near the place of the Jordan flows into the lake, where the Jordan flows into the lake. So it's a village of comfort. See, this is the thing about it. Whenever somebody has what they need, they feel like they're in heaven. I'm in heaven, you know. What's that song? Jagged Edge. Feel like I just walked out of heaven. Why? Because he was feeling great. He was feeling good. He was feeling comforted. He felt all these things when he was with the woman. And when he left, he felt like he wasn't there no more. This is our own little slice of heaven. There's so many different things where people are likening comforts and pleasures unto heaven. Okay? So when we read this, right? And thou, Capernaum, which art exalted unto heaven, shall be brought down to hell. For if the mighty works which have been done in thee had been done in Sodom, it would have remained unto this day. So, see? So what this is saying is this city is going to be taken from being a lofty and lavish city, and it's going to be taken down to a very low estate. All right? This is when it's talking about heaven and hell. All right? So just to give you some understanding, when you read Revelation 12:9, and it says, all right, and the dragon was, really we read above that. Matter of fact, really let's read Revelation 12:7, and there was war in heaven, right? Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. This is talking about Esau, Edom, fighting against Yahweh Shai and Michael. Okay? Because they're going to fight. Were afraid and yet durst fight. This is why the Apocrypha is very important. 2 Ezra 13:8, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. Okay? So this is what is going on. Yahweh Shai is going to come back. Okay? As you can read this on your own time. I'm not going to go too much in it because I don't want to get too off track or make it too super long of a lesson. But 2 Ezra 13 is speaking about Yahweh Shai coming. All right? Yahweh Shai is coming. Okay, and it talks about how he's flying on his chariot. Okay, and the people that are fighting each other, they're going to look up. Okay, and they're going to try to fight against Yahweh Shai. Verse 11 says, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burnt them up every one, so that upon the sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. All right, so this is talking about how the men that are fighting against each other, okay, are going to, when World War III is happening, the men that are all fighting are going to turn to fight Yahweh Shai. This is the war in heaven, okay, Armageddon. All right, this is what this is talking about. All right. There was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. So the dragon and the people that he has sent forth with him. Let's see what this word dragon says. A great dragon, a great serpent, a name for Satan. And that word Satan we just read is an adversary. You see? An adversary. So, but it's people get confused because they're taught these lies. Okay. Verse 12:8 says, and prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven, right? Because they're going to get completely destroyed, and they're not going to be in rulership anymore. They're not going to be in comfort anymore. This kingdom is going to be cast down. Okay. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. They're going to be removed from their power seat. All right. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our power, in the power of his Hamashiach. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. All right. So, last but not least, because there's a lot of stuff I got pulled up. I can't make heads or tails of all this stuff now, because I didn't close any of it. So let's see. Isaiah 45. Is this what I want? No. 47. Yeah. Let me make sure. 14? I might have to Google it, but let me see. Isaiah 14 and 5 says, which it says the king of Babylon, but this is America Babylon the Great. Whether you believe that or not, this place is America Babylon the Great, which Isaiah 45 proves that, okay, that thou shalt take, Isaiah 14 and 4, which is 144, and that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased. Now we're going to go over here, and we are actually going to go back to Isaiah 45, okay? It's a little bit of a longer lesson, Isaiah 45. Okay, but Lord willing, you are edified right now. Isaiah 45 and 1. Wait, is this it? No, it's 47. 47 slot. Did it again. Isaiah 47. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. So we're going to get one more just to prove you who the daughter of Babylon is. All right, this is how you're supposed to learn and read the Bible. Okay, but they like to call it Hebrew hopscotch. But it explains itself, because there are things where you read it and you're like, what that mean? What that mean? And the Bible explains it. Or you could just be like, oh, okay, hold on. It's not 149. I thought it was one of these. Yeah, Psalms 137. All right, and 7. 137 and 7. Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. So we're talking about Edom, right? O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. All right, so it's telling you now that Edom represents the daughter of Babylon. So when we go back to Isaiah 47, it talks about the virgin daughter of Babylon, right? And the daughter of the Chaldeans, right? And it's just going on and telling you that this place is going to be destroyed and so on and so forth. Then we go back to Isaiah 14, and it says, this is the proverb against the king of Babylon, right? Now, this didn't happen necessarily unto the physical king of Babylon. The king of Babylon got destroyed. There wasn't no big group of nations that was just saying, oh, look at this nigga. But let's just continue on, okay, and read this some more, right? King of Babylon, and the Lord have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. All right, let's scroll down. Verse 9, hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. Is there a physical place called hell that's going to move to meet somebody? It stirreth up the dead for thee, even the chief ones of the earth. It have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. So this is talking about all the people that are in a lower estate, okay, than the king of Babylon, okay? They have been raised up to fight. This is the scripture say, let the weak say I am strong. This represents the other nations finally raising up against America, Babylon the Great, and its tyranny, and saying, nigga, what do you want? We want war, nigga. Okay, beating their plowshare, their pruning hooks into spears, man. Verse 10 says, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? And you got that where they making fun of this place, man. They making fun of old shitty pants up there in the POTUS, man, the POTUS. All right, thy pump is the president of the United States. If you don't know what that means, thy pump is brought down to the grave. Yeah, your pride is going to be brought very low. And the noise of thy vials, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. Meaning, everything, your whole structure is being broken down and decomposed. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? So people will say, wait a minute, this is talking about the spiritual demon Satan. No, it just said king of Babylon. We just talked about the king of Babylon. This is talking about a man, a group of men. But, Lucifer just means light bearer, okay? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. Right, he was very proud. Let's get the point right here. Verse 16. Matter of fact, now we're going to continue. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. You're going to be brought down to a low condition. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee. So it's going to be people. So there's going to be people down in hell looking at Lucifer, the spiritual demon Satan, saying this, right? Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners? Wait a minute. I thought hell was a big fiery open expanse with fire pits, and where's this prison house? Okay, all the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch. So wait a minute, Satan got a grave now? I thought Satan was a spirit, he couldn't die. This is all parabolically speaking of a man. It doesn't make sense to say this is the spiritual demon Satan. The scriptures are not saying that, okay? The scriptures are referring to him as a man. All right, and then people gonna take a break from getting a pitchfork shoved in their backside to getting stabbed with the pitchfork by by moonwalking demons. Inside joke. Okay, if y'all brothers ever seen that video of this cat talking about a vision he had of hell, man, hilarious. He was like, yeah, they be moonwalking in hell. In the way that Michael Jackson danced, that's how they walk in hell. Oh man, the Lord will choose their delusions. Nevertheless, man, hell doesn't exist as far as some fiery place where you burn for all eternity. All right, so let's read this again. Verse 16. I'm gonna end it, right? They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof? Right. So this is speaking of a man. Okay. Lucifer, son of the morning. Okay. It's speaking of a man. So, hopefully that was proven through all these precepts that I went through, man. All right. Revelation 12 and 9 is not speaking about the angels rebelling and coming down to the earth and sleeping with women and just out of the words of Satan himself. The earth he's only able to give people the earth because it was delivered into his hands to do so, man. That's it. That's it through the spirit. I'm going to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rahahakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, salutations to the whole elect. Then I want to say Shalom, Wa Baba Ba, Shalom.